Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glass Man. Okay, next step, we're going to polish, well, we're going to apply the polish to the patinaed window at this point. Nothing has happened in between. In fact, it's only been a couple minutes since the last video, so there's no curing and air drying and this and that. It's wet, granted. On this process, well, it'll take care of itself. At this point, I'm going to use a Dichroic Stained Glass finishing compound, and this is how I buy my finishing compound, because I go through a lot of it, or I believe in buying a quantity to last me a long time. That's more what I'm thinking. And I have the original bottle, and I'm not sure they come in that anymore, but I put some tape around it so I can grab it. Sure, it's been crusty, and I've had this thing for over 10 years, still using the same bottle, pouring it from the big one into here. The thing of it is I found that I had to dilute this a little bit. It's too strong. It gets too chalky. In fact, that chalkiness is what plugs up this nozzle on this thing, and most people end up throwing it away. You can take all these pieces, parts apart, and soak them in a bowl and use a really fine little brush. And sometimes I do, because I love this spray. So, let's talk about the window more than anything. Oh, by the way, yeah, how do we apply it? Same thing as I do with my patina. This brush has never seen soap on it. It has seen water, of course, but it's only, I would say it's only ever had polish on it. So these three items, well, basically two items, a brush and your Dichroic, is all you need on this step at this point. So let me set up my camera and let's do it. See what she looks like. So I'm going to spray. At this point, it's okay to spray your whole window. I can't show you or tell you, but in terms of this big, around 30 inches by, I think it was 15 inches by almost 30 inches, 28 or so. Well, let's see. I love proving myself right or wrong. Oh, it's 16 inches, so I was off. 16 by 27. Wow, I didn't think it was that short. So 16 by 27 inch. So there you go. Now I probably used a dozen sprays over that, and all we're going to do is we're going to push it around. Just push it around. And you don't have to do much. Just push it around. You're going in the cracks, you're going into the glass, and at this point it's kind of like acting like a turtle wax. You know how you turtle wax your car up and it's good for a couple years? Not really. That's what we're thinking about stained glass wise. But this polish does several things. It takes the residue off that you might have missed from your flux. It eats that up. It dries it out. Let's see. It also takes off that if you solder too long and you're using black back foil like I do, and all of a sudden the black, the dark color starts squeegeeing out because you're melting your solder down too many times. You're starting to squeegee out the color of the tape to the edges of your glass. That happens. This will take care of that. By adding this step of this polish, this liquid polish Dichroic, to your panel, is going to keep it in a very clean state, in a preserved state, but it's also cleaning up the window. And I have a unique way I clean this polish off after this step. So there again, I turned the panel over, just pushing it around, kind of following my soldering lines, going in a circular motion most of the time. Kind of helps. My white towel's not so white anymore. Good enough. It's good enough. There you go. There you have it. Now I like to set this up. Often I'll hang it outside on its already official hangers down at this end. 1 and 2. See, if it was for the black, you wouldn't hardly see them. And I'll hang this panel up in the wind and let it air dry for an hour or so. Get it nice and dry, really natural. Sun, the dry air, all that, just drying out all the patina so that it turns into a white chalky kind of a substance. Almost like drywall dust type of thing, but just real chalky like that. That's what you want. Then we're going to apply the next step, and for the most part, polishing the window finishes the window. For the most part. With what we're going to do next video. Bye-bye.